Well,
Hey,
what happened last time on Ebon Ward?
last time on Ebon Ward, it was a very casual time. You guys returned to the Harrison Estate to kind of have maybe not a last hurrah, but just a time to just recollect and cool off. Honestly, not many big plot beats happened. Dia and Maze did move a table. That was
It's true.
pivotal. It was very, very important. Um, and Jacques and the demigod of evolution hit it off really good. Turns out that they're just rascals.
That is the word for it.
Yeah. Pure might become a pastel goth courtesy of Duchess. And
Now, hang on, that was a group effort.
group effort to be sure, but Duchess has helped like pioneer the thought.
It's true, yeah.
But also while here, Maze was able to inform Amaranth of like, hey, just so you know, if you happen to find out the Ebon Ward exists, maybe you could fund them. And she was like, yeah, that's not a terrible idea. I could get behind that.
Subtle.
Subtle. But hey, efficient. Amaranth's not here to bullshit and all that jazz. And also, Bernice did show up later and was given the best meatball courtesy of Red Path. Honestly, those are all kind of like the important things.
I also Dio wanted to like talk to us about something, but who
right.
cares?
there was also at the very end, Dia pulled you all aside to talk about a young lady by the name of Jane Reed. Now, it has been a fair amount of time since Jane Reed met this fancy wizard, or at least she thinks fancy, wizard by the name of Coriander. And I feel like this man was kind of begrudging to the idea of tutoring this young lady. However, has been a bit surprised that she is fairly diligent. There are still distractions, as a child is wont to do. However, this young girl, Jane, asks many, many questions and looks up from her paper at one point. Okay, so, wow, okay, there's a lot of different schools. How do I figure out what I'm best at? I feel like I might be jumping ahead a bit, but I've seen you bring out golems and things of the sort.
Well, process of elimination is not a bad idea. And boy, have we been eliminating, because necromancy and divination have been a bust.
I'm kind of thankful for that. She like kind of writes something down really quickly. Because I feel like necromancy is bad. Like, not certain of that answer.
Well, common superstition would certainly have it so.
Oh, okay. So, I guess it sounds dumb. Do I get to pick at least of the ones remaining, or is it just kind of up to fate of what I'm going to be better at?
You will likely know once you have been exposed to all of them. I personally found that conjuration called to me more than any others. I had the most natural aptitude for it, which is why summoning is one of my specialties. Incidentally, before we return to conjuration, we're going to try some other things first, get you some more experience, because after the other day, well, I'm going to have to redraw about a quarter of my summoning circle.
Sorry. I just thought, if I saw the real deal, I could learn a little through just direct engagement.
I appreciate your enthusiasm for hands-on learning. However, you must appreciate that hands-on could be hands-on a demon from the lower realms if you are not careful. Conjuration has one of the higher ceilings for just how bad things can go if you muck it up.
Fucking.
That's why it's...
So you tell this part of the story. You tell this part of the story, and May's just like, wow, so she knew all of this stuff, remembers all of this stuff, and still does not respect the idea.
Wait, did we also get all of the story before this too?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
It would be very funny though if she
really
didn't
funny.
give you any-
I woke up in a wizard tower.
She's all about just like, breaking the rules,
Literally.
ignoring the foundations. That
Literally
kind of
skip
shit.
straight to this part. At the age of 9, I was born without a face. Yeah, he kind of runs a hand through his enormous beard and picks up a piece of chalk and taps at the board a few times. So, we will revisit conjuration. Great potential for danger in the hands of an inexperienced wizard, and your hands are more fidgety than most. Steady hand, meticulous attention to detail are necessary to maintain a summon. One smudge or ill-formed rune and the summoning can fail, or worse. I think perhaps... Why don't we discuss transmutation? Kind of goes through a few of these books, slides her a particular one. Now, what are your preconceptions about transmutation?
If I had to guess, it must be like make one thing a different thing, but does that mean like, I don't know, changing colors?
One thing into another is more or less the general principle, yes. Changing colors is perhaps one of the finest things one could, the finest details one could adjust. The scale can be much, much greater. But compared to accidentally summoning a hellspawn, mistakes in transmutation tend to be more reversible. Now, the general rule that you must keep in mind is that the magnitude of any change and its duration are, you could think of them as balanced against one another on a scale. A dramatic change, turning one creature into another, giving life to the inanimate. That sort of change will be short-lived for all but the greatest archmage. A long-lasting change, on the other hand, let alone a permanent one, usually very minor indeed. Particularly with the lower-level spells.
I think this is probably one of the first times that Coriander notices that whenever he goes on a lesson, Jane is very diligent with her writing. It's chicken scratches, to be sure, just because of her age. But this is one of the few times, as transmutation is described, that she doesn't write. She just listens. There is a true fascination with the description.
I think he picks up on that and sort of gets a very faint smile that she probably can't even see under the flowing locks of gray hair. Sits down in this chair and sort of gets out of teacher mode a little and into just recollective mode. You might like this one. Much earlier in my career, I hit upon an idea that I thought was a stroke of genius.
Yeah?
I would brew potions that would allow people to alter their bodies permanently. Lose some weight, gain some height, tweak to the eye or hair color, broader shoulders, a fatter ass.
9-year-old's like, just like nodding, not really paying attention to the details.
Such an
Is that actually what did he actually say that, or are you embellishing?
Of course,
Nash
he
just
didn't
sitting
say
here
that.
like, oh, it's about magic stuff. I don't know. Wait, what?
Maze throws his hands up. You could have helped the whole time.
Well, I'd say it would seem to me such an obvious idea that I couldn't believe I was the first wizard to concoct it. Well, turned out there was a reason. Gets up, starts pacing back and forth. You see, even for the most minor alterations, getting the damn things to work and stay working was a nightmare. For the amount of time and money I sunk into them, at the end of it all, I couldn't find a single interested buyer who could afford a fraction of what they cost to make. And so they sit eternally on my shelf, a trophy of my genius at alchemy and my ineptitude at market research.
Jane, like, kind of leans forward a bit, looking around, trying to spot them, but probably very quickly realizes she's not being subtle. I was just curious, so I know where not to be.
Good, bear it in mind. Point is, transmutation may be less risky than conjuration, but it's no less complex. Arguably more so. Now, why do you think that is? How could creating something from something be more difficult than creating something from nothing? What are your thoughts?
Oh, well, I guess if I'm understanding how, like, elements and all that works, you're at least able to pull it from somewhere. But if there's something that's already has, like, structure, remolding it with the materials provided sounds tough. Like you're kind of limited instead of having kind of no restriction. I mean, that would be my guess. Shrugs. Was it that bad of an answer? She like looks at the paper.
He has a little twinkle in his eye, thumps his finger on the table a few times. That is exactly correct. It requires more imagination. Paradoxical, I know. Starting from a blank slate, there are no restrictions or limitations. The end result can be whatever you desire. Whereas, to change something that already exists, your raw materials are given to you and you have no choice but to work with them. Imagine a potter having a canvas and paint set before them, or a flautist being handed a violin. The end result is always a compromise. Even the most complete transformation contains a trace of the original. Well, that's my interpretation anyway. One of the great unsettled debates of wizardry. Is there such a thing as an irreversible transformation? Can anything change its essence so completely that it could never be changed back? Anytime you want to hear a tedious philosophical diatribe, ask a wizard if there's any way for charcoal to become wood again.
Huh. Interesting. And she like leans back down and continues writing. Okay. I like the sound of this more than anything because, like, honestly, transmutation just sounds like the better version of illusion because, like, illusion isn't even there. Meanwhile, this you can actually be. Like, you could be anything. Instead of pretending.
Well then, it sounds like we're off to a promising start to today's lesson. The enthusiasm is there. Now we will see if you can put in the work.
Salutes.
Now I suggest you take that book that I just slid you there, review chapters 2 and 3 to start with, copy down some notes, take the important pieces, and we'll go over them together. And then maybe, just maybe, by day's end, we will have you try something out.
Really?
If you're really that talented, really that hardworking, I'm sure that should be within your capabilities.
Yeah, I'd love to give it a try. Okay. And she whips open the book and immediately goes to work. This seems to be the most focused she's been. She's been pretty focused for the other ones. Necromancy was the one who was like, ooh, like just reading the description and all like the very, grotesque anatomy of like, this is how you make the heart explode. And it's like, oh, I don't know if I want that one.
Explode head. Whew, glad I'll never have to deal with that.
I feel like you're editorializing.
And so, the two worked together for quite some time. And obviously, we need to pop back to our little squad. I'll ping one more time. Fez kind of claps her hands together. Oh, I didn't know about this part. You just had a really nice time. You made this sound so dramatic before, but...
Hey, yeah. No, Coriander was a good guy. He never really got any less of like a curmudgeon, but I don't know. I kind of feel like up until that day, every day I was kind of worried that maybe he was just gonna kind of throw up his hands and be like, all right, this isn't working. Back to the farm with ye. And I, like, answering that question, I don't know. That's, like, the smartest I had ever felt in my life up to that point. And, I don't know, maybe it was all in my head anyway, and he was gonna stick it out, but, like, from that point on was when I was like, all right, I think this is gonna work out. And, yeah, no, he never made things easy on me, but... He was a good teacher. He knew a lot, and I mean, for me being like 12 years old, 9 years was the joke, by the way. I was like 12, but for me, even at that age, yeah, it like looking at him was like looking at a world I had just no idea existed until that point in my life, and that I was like, oh, this is what I was missing. This is what exists. And
I mean,
yeah.
when you grow up in Hazel Hills, I have personally never been, but to my understanding, it is strictly a farm town. There is not much happening there.
Yeah, no, if you go as a tourist, your options are sleep at inn or help thresh wheat for no pay, presumably.
Oh.
You know, if you just want the Hazel Hill experience, that's what you do.
Huh.
Yeah, no, it sucks. I didn't realize how much I'm not gonna say I hated it, but like, it was a really hard, like, oh, this was all not what I was supposed to be doing. Now this makes sense. And I kind of just sort of thought, oh, okay, wizardry. This is it. This is the answer to the, I don't know. You want to, the 12-year-old equivalent of, existential ennui, if you will.
Tilt's head. You were having a midlife crisis at 12?
I kind of think I almost was, which sounds ridiculous when I'm saying it out loud, but man, you don't know. Well, I don't know if you know. Just the feeling of everyone else is like pretty much satisfied with their lot in life, and you're not, and you can't figure out why, and no one else seems to understand or relate, and so you're just like, I guess I'm the crazy one. I'm just insane, and something is wrong with me. And in fairness, maybe I am insane, and there is something wrong with me. I think, charitably, you'd say the jury's out on that, but probably at least one of those things is true.
Yeah, the ink's dried on one or two of those.
Yeah, when you describe yourself as insane, you feel your right arm kind of do like side to side wave, like, yeah. Not to be biased, and also you are my ride home, so I guess I don't say much.
But I joke, but it was really, really alienating to me for a long time. And then I found Coriander and I found Wizardry, and I thought, okay, this is it. This will be the key that lets me get what I need. You know, that unlocks an entire world of possibilities. Just magic will be able to do anything for me as long as I work at it enough and I try really hard and I'm smart and dedicated. I can make of my life whatever I want, just like I assumed Coriander had done. I mean, I didn't have any knowledge of wizard stuff starting out, so as far as I was concerned, he was one of those, unattainably, unfathomably powerful, all-knowing archmage types. He certainly had the beard for it.
And then he showed you that he was a person and not an idea.
You could say that. Yeah, kind of.
And with that, Jane's life was pretty good. Got to work with Coriander for years upon years, about like 4 or 5 years later, of just nonstop training, and transmutation was the focus, and was remarkably impressed with the consistency of her growth for this skill set. And one day, she came blasting through the doors with a nice little basket of treats, as was part of the payment for this service, because this would normally be like hundreds of gold for this level of study, especially this like direct tutoring, but Coriander was more than content to be like, strudel, bring that on by, we're good. And she comes running in and sets the basket down. Coriander! Hello? She kind of leans around. Here's like some noise coming from downstairs. Oh, he must be working again. And she heads on downstairs. Let me just do some reveal. She peeks down and sees once again the terrifying, clearly portal to hell, and kind of looks around. Huh. It's on. Not here. Coriander! And she sprints back upstairs. Where is the old coot? Like, looks in the pond just in case.
It's a Knucklevi.
Surprise!
We can attack you in anecdotes.
Oh my god, is he doing the invisible thing again? Okay. Oh god. And she eventually just knocks on the door. Coriander? And pokes her head in. Old Coot is just laying there. Oh my god. You are still going at it, huh? And she pokes him. No response. Nothing. She reaches out and shakes him again. Hey, I didn't take you for that heavy of a sleeper. Corey? Gets closer, rests head on chest. Nothing. Jane, what's going through your head right now?
What? What the hell? She thumps his chest a couple times. Kind of like shakes an arm, just like not computing. Did something... Oh no. Bursts through the door, runs back downstairs to check the summoning circle.
Yeah, here, I'll drag you back over there. You run down. You've seen this thing a couple of times when it has been active. A lot of times it's very passive, and examining this seems to be in a passive state, like it's usually.
Kind of creeps down the stairs, very much concerned about the possibility of sudden demon or something. Doesn't hear anything, pokes a head down, hurries down the steps, looks around. No, 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 no. Did I Oh, no, 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 no. Is this... And she checks the whole way around and does not get attacked. There's no sudden portal into hell opening in front of her. She does a once around the runes. They're completely fine. The summoning circle is exactly as passive as it looks. I don't... But what... But runs back up the stairs. What the hell? What the hell, old man? What? Jumps out the window. And she looks at him again and does a much more mundane inspection, and just like nothing he ever showed her, but just what she learned from her parents, and it sinks in over the next couple of minutes. He just passed. Just old age got him. It was a heart attack, a stroke, whatever, but he just died 100% natural, peaceful death in bed in a way that not in her entire wildest dreams would she have ever considered a wizard might do.
I think the word that hits Jane is mundane.
Yes.
And
a dead old wizard, it turns out, looks exactly like a dead old person of any kind.
Pardon the pun, but I feel like this would be a bit of an eye-opening experience.
I will not pardon the pun. I'm quitting the campaign.
Yeah?
I don't... What was it all for? Well, you were just gonna do this? And she thinks of all the library, the summoning circle, all the magic trinkets, all the things she's seen him summon, and those feel in this moment somehow like fraudulent. Like they might as well not have existed if he was going to just end like this. This is deeply, deeply horrifying. And she takes a minute, just sits on the side of the bed here. Eventually gets up, throws open the door, walks over here, sweeps a few of these books and scrolls off the desk, grabs a pack from in here, begins just taking and taking anything that seems useful, throws it in there, and at the end of this, her eyes do fall on the cabinet she was never allowed to open all the years that she was apprenticed to him. And she goes ahead and takes a few bottles from there as well. Because this is not the place. This is not a place she ever wants to be again. And whatever else happens to her, this is not how her life is going to end.
Not at all. And so, You left. Bag full. Did you return back to your parents' house, or did you just leave?
No. She never went back to Hazel Hill again in her entire life.
And just like that, a wizard tower was left empty for years to come, and one family never knows what happened to their daughter.
And that was the end of Jane Reed.
Oh. I I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I guess, are you happier now? I don't know. It's hmm,
It's not
Fez.
really a question of happier. I'm alive now.
I see.
Now, I never went back to see, but from what I understand, they did eventually. They found him, and he's buried in Hazel Hill Cemetery. Just Coriander the Wizard, right between Bill the Tailor and Marlene the Cobbler.
Just like
He's-
anyone else.
Yep. And I was wrong. Wizardry doesn't solve anything, apparently. Not on its own. Can do whatever you want while you're alive and still end up like that. And that is the. I say this knowing that many people, including some of you, have suffered much worse than I've suffered in my life. But what I saw that day, I think is the scariest thing I've ever seen or had to contemplate. And I cannot imagine a worse thing that could happen to a person almost. I didn't tell you guys this because the story wasn't about my past. I need you to know this because of what it means for my future. And Fez, we talked the other night about how you used to use yourself as a subject for experiments, and you stopped eventually because you thought it was getting too easy, too habitual, and you were worried about what you might do to yourself. I can't stop. If I ever stop moving, I'm dead.
Well, I don't think you need to stop moving. I don't think anyone here is going to tell you that. But maybe don't drive so fast? Drugs. Enjoy the scenery a bit more? Because while I understand the interest of going out in a blaze of glory, I don't think you should be actively seeking it. I mean, your life shouldn't be described as ending in an exclamation mark instead of a period. Like, I don't know.
Well, if I have my way, my life's not going to end. I'll leave it at that.
Smiles.
At least not until I have done everything, been everything. Not until I have overturned every stone in the cosmos am I willing to lie down and die. And I recognize I haven't been the smartest about it a lot of the time, and I'm trying to be better about that. But in light of the fact that before long I'm probably going to attempt some really fundamental tinkering with the machinery of life and death, and effectively creating a new life from a soul that's currently part of my body, and I don't see a way to do that safely. So I'm just gonna have to do it unsafely. And I say that having also just coincidentally run into a person who's currently living in horrifying eternal torment for tinkering with the fundamental machinery of life and death. But I'm trying not to think about that one too much.
Ah. Everyone just kind of stares.
I see. I get what this was for now.
Yeah. I just need you to understand why in a way that you might have wondered, but I've never been willing to answer before. But I think you deserve that answer at this point.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. I don't fault you for this path that you found. I mean, it makes you happy, right?
It's just, well, I was about to say it's the only thing that ever has. That's not true. You're pretty great.
And I use the wrong word because you even just said that does make you happy, but you feel more comfortable. You feel like you.
Yes.
I think that's pretty good.
You are, of course, free to live your life however you want to. I still have a lot of hang-ups about your perspective and the way that you seem to think of the lives of the mundane, but it's your business at the end of the day.
Well, I mean, I don't look down on anyone who chooses to live that way.
Is that why you didn't tell your parents that you left?
I didn't tell my parents that I left because I didn't know. After growing up the way I did, I didn't know what I could possibly say to them to make them understand. And I was afraid that if I couldn't find the right words, I wouldn't be able to get myself out the door. And it would just be, I don't know.
You'd get stuck.
Maybe. And that was just a risk in that instant, I didn't feel like I could take.
I understand.
My whole life's just been barreling forwards as fast as possible to put more distance between me and that old man just looking up at the ceiling with unseeing eyes.
Well, in the event that you do die in a blaze of glory like you plan to, I hope it's not out of line if I tell them what happened to you.
Oh, I hope you will.
I'll mention it to the old man, too.
I appreciate that. Well, Redpath, does this give you anything to work with? Does this make you, in any way, feel, I don't know, more at peace with the idea of me as a person? Or does this just make you shake your head and be like, wow, no, now I really don't get it?
He's got his head like tilted up. He's looking at the sky, and he's just kind of thinking. I definitely understand aspects of it. And I'm not going to lie and say that I support all of it, or the direction you're going. But it adds up. The equation that you are does make sense. I just worry that in your... how do I phrase this? In your haste to run away from that dead man's body, I think you're running faster to your own end. Without noticing the cloud of dust behind you. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And I can't say that you're wrong. Maybe I could live a longer and fuller life if I slowed down and was more cautious. And like I said, I'm trying to be a little, you know, a little more calculated in the risks that I take. But
You had mentioned that you had all the things you had said just then. I'm trying to remember. It was something that stuck with me about him saying you need to be precise, you need to remember every detail. Wizard stuff. You're the kind of person who trips.
yes, I am. Yeah, no.
He looks over at her wryly, like, come on.
That old man called me out like 5 minutes into our apprenticeship. That stung a little. And for all that I've changed, I am still that person. For better or for worse.
That's the interesting thing about people. It actually calls back to something that they'd mentioned about your magic of choice. The idea that you could change literally anything about anything. I don't think you can. People don't really change that much.
Well, I'm not people.
Yeah, you are.
Well, you know what? Maybe I am for now. But that's not all there's going to be to me. Not if I have anything to say about it.
Way to miss the point, Dan.
I get your point. I just don't agree with it. And it's alright. I don't need you to approve or necessarily to even understand. I just wanted to make sure you got my perspective, even if you were just like, kind of fucked up. Alright.
I do feel like that, but I'm not gonna write you off either.
Yeah. I think Redpath is correct, though. You know I'm not very good at reining you in for exciting new endeavors because we're very similar in that regard. But I do think it is important that in this process of trying to fix Addis and all this, don't just throw yourself away because it would be exciting or it would make your tale grander. You still get the same gravestone as everyone else.
I'll bear that in mind.
Ooh. How are you doing? Does it feel nice to kind of have that out in the open? Do you feel worse now? Just kind of fidgeting with her hands.
Well, I think I feel better because I've sort of had the sense for a while that you guys probably deserve to know that. And I won't lie, I know how silly it probably seems that I would be apprehensive about sharing some of that. It probably seems like no big deal to you guys, a lot of where I came from, but it's a big deal to me. And so yes, I feel unburdened. But also don't spread it around. I've got a reputation to maintain.
Obviously. No, that's not my story to tell. I get it. But I don't want to speak for everyone, but I really appreciate you opening up to us.
I'll speak for everyone. We all appreciate it.
Okay, yep, I concur.
Well, I appreciate you guys. I joined the Ebon Ward primarily to get access to, resources, knowledge, and stuff. And I don't think I ever anticipated learning as much as I have learned in the time I've done so, but I think that doesn't surprise me as much as the idea that there were any number of people to whom I would ever discuss any of that.
Here's an interesting quandary.
Is it that charcoal thing?
No, but I did like that. I thought that was an interesting sort of metaphor. That's definitely gonna stick with me for sure.
I'm still magic can do anything. Surely you can uncharcoal it.
Unchara coal? I don't know.
Anyway, what I was going to say is, do you think that younger you, I don't know if it's alright to call her by name, but
Yeah,
the girl you talked about,
it's okay.
do you think she would have been satisfied with even half of what you've done by now?
I don't think she, up until that very last moment, I don't think she really contemplated where she was going or what exactly she was gonna do. I think she's just sort of assumed that if you become a wizard, all that stuff just happens.
No, but what I'm saying is, do you think her then, not you with your perspective now, do you think she would have been satisfied if she'd found out that you just died here or something?
I think she would have probably preferred at least another 50, 60 years of, I don't know, good food and sex, but
Coughs.
but I do think the kind of, to use a word that's probably too lighthearted and charitable, antics that I've been up to recently, I think if it were even within the scope of her imagination at that point in her life, I think she'd be pretty floored.
He smiles a little bit.
I think it would be... I think it would make her feel a lot better about all those years spent just having no idea why nothing seemed satisfactory.
Well, I can tell you that more people now know the name of Dia Diadem than Coriander, because I've never even fucking heard of the man.
And he
Yeah.
had a tower.
He had a tower. He was probably like level 7 or 8. Like, he was a real ass wizard, but no, I've definitely I could beat him up.
Out of context, the mental like image of being like, yeah, he was like level 7, and then also going, wow, he was 70 and only got to level 7.
Mm-hmm.
Better than
was
most. So
I
much
was
better
11
than most.
Most people are level 1 commoners.
Well, right, but I love the mental image of like, Dia was a level 3 wizard in the setting 6 months ago.
Yeah, no, we
didn't get enough
hard
of
about
some whack
EXP
shit.
progression in D&D.
But to be fair, Coriander also didn't get thrown into the abyss and
Yeah,
fight,
no.
crazy shit. He was like, oh no, rats.
He had to fight for his life
That's-
fucking constantly.
That's the downside to the hedge wizard with a tower approach. Much slower EXP growth.
Yeah, it's not great.
That's an interesting thought, though. I wonder what all of our previous selves would think of all of the antics we've gotten up to.
Or of who you are now. I mean, any child would be blown away about turning into dinosaurs or teleporting huge distances or
You know,
being-
I gotta say, that dinosaur moment wasn't too big for me. Like, I don't know why everybody seems to talk about it like it was some important thing.
Because it was awesome, Red Path, that's why.
Yeah. No, sorry. On that one, you're just wrong.
I don't know, that felt vaguely inconvenient. It wasn't me.
Nash looking down, had no arms.
Didn't
Fact.
like having no arms, but big teeth was pretty cool.
It was pretty sweet. Can't imagine there were a lot of other gnolls from your village who got to be a dinosaur.
No.
I don't I don't know for sure, but I feel like baby Maze, and by baby I'm including literal baby all the way through, I don't know, 2 years ago. Would if you could tell the entire yarn to him and he'd just be like, huh.
Yeah, I can't imagine he'd be very impressed.
I get where Dio coming from, but different. 'Cause Null tribe, not all, farming, but all fighting.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Nothing else. So, and for Knolls, when you get old, it's like you get a lot of respect because you survived all those battles, but you get pitied because you won't die in a battle anymore.
Yeah.
So, I get it, but think that this happened for a reason. I'm not as scared of not dying in battle, because I have other things I do good now.
You've really broadened your horizons.
Frankly,
Maybe more than I have, honestly. It's just really genuinely impressive.
Truly,
Nash is amazing.
Truly, you are the greatest, Noel.
Thank
When
you.
they write
Not
this
me
tale,
right now, though. Not about me.
if they,
Like getting all flustered a little bit.
He's so
When they-
modest. He's so
no,
modest.
when they write this tale, if they interview me for it, I will definitely look back fondly and say Nash was the greatest of us.
So if you're gonna have like an autobiography, are you gonna call it I, comma Dia? So it's idea.
Well, I mean, I am now.
Okay. Like you don't have to do that. I'm just spitballing.
No, yeah,
like,
I'm going to. That's amazing. I'm gonna do that, and I will make sure to cite you in the dedications. I mean, I would have done it anyway, but like, I will also give you credit for the title.
Yay! Little clap.
Maze glances over at Redpath. How about you, Red? What did little Redpath dream of being?
I think that's exactly where me and Dia differ. She was born into a environment and a place that was absolutely not made for her. And somehow, through every fall of the domino, even though it was the most unlikely fucking thing in the world, I was born in Sweetstone, and I liked being a baker.
Okay. Make a little sense why you not like dinosaur then.
No arms! I had feathers, but oh god, I have feathers now.
Epic
But no,
foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Game theory. Did the dinosaur arc foreshadow?
Kills you with a brick.
I don't think it's that strange that you liked being a baker. Most people out there like the mundane parts of life.
I think today was a good example of that.
Yeah.
I mean, this evening.
I
I
mean,
haven't
hell, I
felt
like
normal.
them too. I just don't want 60 years of that and nothing else. You know, I want 60 years of that and maybe 60 years as
Yeah, we heard it.
a butterfly.
Yeah, good food and sex. We heard.
No, I mean, it's just the start, is all I'm saying.
Fesling's back. Good start. But I mean, for you, Redpath, like that makes total sense. And besides, I'm sure by participating in the baking and the cooking and whatnot, there was a lot of joy from just making other people happy because they can't do what you do. Even though it would be considered mundane, it's not. No one else can do that level. Like, I can't cook that level at all. I could shoot lasers from my hand, but I can't make a souffle. Can't do it.
I see where you're coming from, but that's just factually incorrect because my father was the one who taught me this.
Okay, but I mean, what I'm trying to say is that doesn't matter because you can do it. It doesn't matter who taught you or how you got here. It's the fact that you can and you share it. And that makes you happy. And that's amazing.
He just kind of looks over like he's been nodding and just doesn't say anything.
She shrugs. I tried. But oh boy. Well, actually I just realized I'm the only one sitting. I feel so rude. She immediately stands up.
Now
It's
sit
okay,
back down. You're also the only one who hasn't talked about what Little Fez wanted.
Oh. I mean, I grew up in the Bronze Circle. I guess. I wanted to. I don't really know. My life has been kind of moving from one place to another. Honestly, the most structure I had was being at Toter's Tower. I guess maybe that's what I wanted. Some consistency. A little bit. Where I could just do my studies and not be forced to move or be worried where I lived or if I could even stay there. I could set up my little place, do my work, write my papers, and just do that. The only change I wanted was to observe it. I guess is the best way to describe it. Sounds very simple and mundane, but I need that sometimes.
Nothing wrong
No,
with
I
that.
get it. You gotta have a space where you can focus without all those annoying distractions intruding in all the time.
And distractions are great, but it's when you have to keep moving. That's when it gets tiresome, because eventually you just stop moving the furniture. You just say, fuck it, I'm just going to buy it all again.
Yeah, it's easy to get lazy when you're like, oh, well, how long am I gonna be here? A year and a half? Fuck it, box time.
Yeah. But
That's why I was gonna get a carriage, like a fancy one with a bed inside, and like a little
Oh.
kitchenette on the
That's
side
some
that you could
pretty
like.
That's
flip out.
amazingly I've never even seen that.
Is that not? I could have sworn I've seen something like that before. Yeah, for sure.
Redpath fantasizing about his medieval RV.
Yeah, no, May's just nods like, no, that's the sort of thing I remember hearing about. Yeah.
Yeah,
Redpath's taco truck.
exactly.
Yeah, no,
Damn.
they've got them in Arrows sometimes where
Yeah, okay, that's where I've seen them. Yes.
yeah.
I thought it was impressive that we had a cannon on ours, but a whole kitchen? Dang.
Yeah, no, apparently
Really
they travel around
powerful
and make
horses.
they travel around and make food for random passersby. That sounds nice. Never got
It
to
is.
see it. Didn't say much of Errol, actually.
Redpath, when you like share this thought of like, I want to like travel and make good food for people, which also would mean like sharing stories most likely, you feel it like a smile upon you from Veloria. Not that you would give a shit probably, but like,
But, you know, cosmically, yeah, man, travel and make food, you know.
Cosmically, Valoria is like, dude, I should make Valoria branded food trucks.
like honestly, it's a thing of like, she fucking goes, I fucking knew it, I picked the right one. That's for her.
Pay up!
I'm sorry. I'm thinking about all of those like Mexican restaurants that have Goku drawn on the side of them.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for sharing, Dia. He just like leans on you a little bit.
Oh,
Oh,
you're welcome, buddy.
honestly, I understand this was pretty tough for you, but by the end of this, I think it made everyone look back in on themselves and go, yeah, I'm doing all right. And that's pretty special.
Feel like shit, but we're doing alright.
It's getting better! She throws her hands up.
Don't want you to, blaze of glory? Like, looking around like, was that the correct phrase? Did I remember that
Nods,
right?
nods.
Not alone. Not while, I hear.
And certainly not when there's other potential options.
Your message has been communicated loud and clear.
Really scary leave you in mirror place.
That was pretty scary. Yeah, I'll give you that. That was probably the first time in a long time that I was like, uh-oh, I might be about to die. But there's part of me that's like, man, if only if Old Man Coriander could have gone out in a crazy mirror dimension fighting a demon, like, I feel like maybe he would have been smiling. Maybe.
I don't know.
No, just me.
I don't really know what his interests were. He clearly wasn't a salesman.
No, yeah. I mean, he wasn't a salesman because he never bothered to start charging us money. I baked so much fucking strudel, goddamn.
But, I mean, maybe for him, it was the idea of passing on a legacy. Like, no one else remembers Coriander, but you adored him for what he shared with you. He opened up a whole new world for you.
That's true. And he protects you every day.
Because now you can turn into a dinosaur. You turned into a cow, and that saved everyone's life once. But then because you turned into a cow, you couldn't turn into a daffodil.
Turn into a,
Yes,
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go back inside now.
Okay, well, yes, we're getting a little distracted, but again, I think the end of the message is we love you, and we thank you for sharing.
Give a little kiss.
Oh. Right.
Do you still remember how to make strudel?
Yeah, God, I haven't had to work those muscles in a long time because, I mean, I didn't have access to anything I would need for years, and then most of the time since I joined Ebon Ward, Redpath's been around, so, like, why the fuck would I bother? It's just gonna be more work and come out worse.
No, come on, you're gonna be working.
Oh my god, I have to see this.
Oh, boy. All right. Just don't forget, you're the one who requested this.
I've already let Garen in the kitchen. Things are bound to get worse.
Sorry for that tone shift, but it is Ebon Ward.
No, you're right.
I brought it up for the tone shift.
Also, I wanted to bring up something that's very amusing to me because Oz and I have talked about this. I love how the two most prominent, like, lesbian or at least bi couples in some capacity their color palettes are perfectly adjacent to one another. So Dia has blonde hair but purple eyes, and then Fez is sitting over here with gold eyes and purple skin, and then Melusine and Deletta are the reverse.
Yeah. Someone grabbed my photo and put the invert on it.
And turn the invert tool on, yeah.
They made me a devil. Yeah, no, you guys, while Dia was talking, Melusine, like, walked by, waved, like, ooh, that looks heavy, and kept going.
she did, like, the little spider finger wave where it's like, ooh.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Nash.
Okay.
Fez?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just... It's a
Thought
little
you
repetitive.
needed
It's not a
Mike's
door you have to
kitchen.
hold for us.
No, I know, but it's a little cramped in this. What do you even call
I
this?
suppose. All right, strudel time.
You see Pride walk up to these two. You have had enough!
It's too late, Pride. They've already devoured
They
it.
say the transmutation. They need equal matter to like convert.
Because of where they're I just imagine they lady and tramped the platter dish itself just from either side, and it's just gone.
Amazing.
Oh, look, they left a skewer.
Yep. They were like bored now.
Or now.
They're like ravenous piranhas.
You guys come on in, and these three are just like in the process of actually doing a little bit of cleanup, but they see you pop in and Tabitha turns. Oh, hello, welcome. Is there something I can get you?
Redpath has requested my assistance making a particular item.
Okay.
He's an insane person, but what can you do?
Mr.
I
Redpath.
just want to see your struggle.
No, it's pronounced strudel.
He's gonna shake your hand.
Tabitha leans over. Mr. Redpath, is there anything that you would like me to procure for you for this endeavor? It sounds rather fun.
What sort of preserves or fruit do you have at all in there?
Oh, we actually have a pretty wide selection. Girls, if you wouldn't mind, they part and both of them are just like, we're getting more baked goods.
I like the two of them
Yes.
as buddies. I think that's cute.
I think that's good.
Listen,
You found friends in your age range who are also freaks.
there is an adventure party brewing of
Oh, there
Pure,
is!
Andrin, and Octavia.
Dude, just wait till Red Pat's little sister gets her levels in Paladin.
Yeah,
And
dude,
their
that's the
fruity little
new E
advice
squad.
from Matthias.
That is!
Just a bunch of young ladies who are like, fuck it, we ball. Yeah, Tabitha walks in and throws her arms out. I mean, we have an impressive selection, so whatever tickles your fancy, I'm sure we've got enough.
Yeah, okay. Dia,
Mm-hmm.
what flavor do you usually make?
Well, usually is a strong word, as I said, but back
What
in the
flavor
day...
are you familiar with making?
I mean, probably just good old apple, not to be too on the nose.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Pierre, come on, you're being enlisted.
Huh? Oh, uh-oh. Well, why? What? No, maybe. Listen, too many cooks in the kitchen, am I right? Andrin salutes, good luck.
Pure painting. I cleared this with you already.
Right, I thought this was cooking.
No,
Yes,
God,
that-
no. Red Path does not want me in here, and I don't want to be in here.
Oh, that sounds like an excuse for me to leave right now. She wraps her arm around you and walks out.
He
That
points
was
his
a-
knife past at Mace. He's learning.
Learning,
but
I knew
kinda
that.
wanna try I
Yes.
kind of want to try mixed strudel now.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Honestly, if we're going for that top-notch lattice pattern on the top, I feel like you could be the clutch assist we need for this.
Actually, I'll probably go up here and start working.
Yeah, sure.
Nash weirdly, it's like, oh man, the mundane, and Nash is like, I've been liking trying out every mundane thing I can get my hands on. He will become the mundane wizard.
The jack of all trades.
That's some good.
See, this is why I stayed in chat. They're praying for the 20.
Oh, I see. Yeah, he's here. He's gonna take my job, but I'm gonna be so proud of him. I'm gonna mentor him.
Fez just hangs out in the back, arms crossed, leaning against the wall. She's like, I don't need to interfere with this process. I'm just curious.
Okay, Dia.
Mm-hmm.
Where do we start?
All right, well, we're gonna start. I assume we're making the pastry from scratch. That feels like something you would insist upon.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, we're gonna start with that then. Yeah, so give me flour, water, butter. This is gonna take a little bit.
Here, you guys need a mixing pot.
Why don't you, I guess start, dicing those apples nice and fine.
All right.
So what he's going to do is he's going to be making an equal portion to make his own on the side for comparison's sake, but mostly in case Dia's and Nash's come out inedible so people aren't disappointed.
Are you,
Yeah.
she notices you start to do that. Are you making a control strudel?
Yes.
No, I think good. Get to
All right.
compare. See where make better.
I would chide you about the lack of confidence, but I know you have had past experiences with other friends in the kitchen that have informed your choices here.
Just nods.
Well, I trust Red Path with my kitchen, so if you all do need something, I'll be just outside.
I'm furiously poring over my spell list to see if any of these will help me. They absolutely won't.
Yeah,
Dia,
of
could you
course, why would
try-
you take any of the 10 million mundane Pathfinder spells?
Dia, could you try doing this mundanely for the sake of the conversation?
All right.
Screw that. Cast Skeleton Crew.
If I must!
Just claps an ass twice. That's what that sounds like. Bang, bang.
through the door. Clatter, 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 clatter.
Fez, like, looks over. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it being too mundane. You still have a demon in your arm.
This is true. So I won't have any difficulty with mixing and folding. Actually, that's good. Like, really, like, working pastry can kind of tire out your arm if you're not careful, but I don't have to worry about that this time.
Redpath doesn't say anything, but he thinks, oh, don't overmix it. Don't overwork it.
Can I get some cooking checks from both of you?
Well,
All three of us.
Joke's on you. This was just backstory improv. I don't have any ranks in anything that was
I know
in
you
business. And
Oh, yeah.
I've got a -2 whiz.
Hooray. Wait, -2?
Yeah, modifier, not the score.
Oh, okay.
Remember?
That'd be dead.
Yeah, I'd be comatose.
Well, right. I was still surprised in the fact that, like, because that means that your whiz is like a 6 or
It's
a
a
7?
7. I mean, yeah, that's why I roll at -2 on perception and sense motive.
Wow,
Yeah, this is why Dia's a dumbass.
Wow, you were like the rat that gets the second mouse trap.
Yeah, it is integral to the character. Yeah,
Incredible.
The close. So if I have to make like profession cooking, that's wisdom. If I can make a craft check,
Craft strudel.
craft strudel. It's up. What do you think, buddy?
But that's gonna be some no love poured in it strudel at all. It's going to be chemical
An engineered strudel.
Dude, it's lab-grown strudel.
I think we stick to the wisdom because I Am Blue had an amazing comment in chat of, I hope we learned that Coriander was eating terrible strudel for 4 years and still taught Dia.
Yeah. Honestly, that would be a great outcome too. So it's all win here. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Hey.
Oh, I saw that 20. I got excited, but it is.
So I'm gonna get the
acceptable.
20.
Oh, that's
Oh, so close.
Damn.
So close, buddy.
But all the same,
Too
You'll
busy.
be out
He's
'cause of
too
your
busy
big
trying to watch
modifiers.
what. He's too busy trying to watch what they're doing to actually put effort into
Well, I'm
this. And he's
phoning it
mostly
in and
like,
still doing better.
yeah.
and the reminder for Redpath is because he's been doing this his whole life. Even
Yeah,
if he
he
rolled a
literally
nat
just
1.
has the technique. He has the motions down.
Yeah.
Unless he
And-
literally forgets an entire ingredient, it's not like it's gonna go wrong.
But I think, Redpath, you look over at Dia and go, yeah, that's like about what I expected. And you look at Dash and go, motherfucker did it again. He's
This
really good.
motherfucker.
I feel
He's
like
that guy from high school who every time you hear about him as an adult, now it's like, how much money is he making? Dude, have you seen his car?
Did you
Oh
say
my god, his husband's so beautiful.
Did you say he took up rock climbing?
Wow.
I heard it's like murder.
My interpretation, the filling and the actual taste of the strudel is like kind of middling. That's the part that Dia's preparing, but the pastry around it has the most like delicate, wonderful pattern that Nash works into it.
Oh no, Dia's cooking looks great, tastes like shit.
It
I
tastes
mean,
okay.
that sounds pretty fitting. And honestly, it kind of describes Dia quite well when it comes to just
Life.
like how she, just her life where she's like, I gotta be the biggest show possible. It explodes. Kind of love that.
All right.
You hand Nash the most average filling ever, and then he makes the most beautiful pastry design ever.
She took our order and she just Michelangelo'd up the Sistine Chapel of flavor.
But yeah.
Okay. The pressure got to me a little. I know you're supposed to, like, if you want the apples properly soft all the way, it's like a really long process of letting
Yeah,
them
we just don't
soften
have time for that.
And I panicked. I was like, I probably should just ask for more time here, but I saw you were like making good progress and I didn't want to hold it up. So here, it's an okay strudel that looks amazing. Thank you, Nash.
Yeah, that's exactly what you've described. Who are we going to make eat this?
Okay, come on.
Who are we going to offer this to?
Who are we going to serve this delicious morsel to?
Morsel?
Morsel combat. Fez taps her chin. I mean, I'm willing to take a bite, but I might be biased.
You can convince me to take a bite.
Let's see. Are these apples? Are these Blarvest?
I don't know. I feel like actually the Hairsifs might be the kind of people whose food is imported from even fancier
further
places,
away.
or just grown here.
I don't want to take it out. I don't want to give it to like Duchess or Maze and have them be like, "This tastes like ashes in my mouth."
I did see Duchess at fruit table earlier.
I would imagine then it'll be fine.
Okay.
You
Well,
guys
I'm
had a
gonna
little
I'm gonna
harvest
serve it
before.
to Duchess and Maze because I have to assume after many, many years of not being able to eat virtually any normal food, everything tastes good to them.
Though I should have made another flavor for Duchess. I feel like she's probably getting tired of apples.
As a woman who has been eating carcasses for maybe 300 years, I think she loves apples.
They're her favorite now.
And I'll, if the reception is lukewarm, I'll just set it in front of Blackthorn and Marjorie. It'll vanish in an instant. Or they will be like, I don't like this very much, and I will have to end myself right there.
It's okay. I helped. I also get review with you.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Fez thinks, I think the Blackthorns have had enough. As you see, they're like Bryce, like, no, you've had enough.
The table. We must eat the table as well.
They've turned into beavers.
Father-daughter bonding
They
is
are-
so beautiful.
They haven't morphed any part of their body except their teeth. Just
Oh,
Yeah.
All right.
Who would you like to deliver this?
Oh,
You
right.
gotta
incredible
go to
treat
Duchess
to?
and I guess Matthias.
Oh yeah, Matthias also.
Yeah, you notice that these two really hit it off because they're both like, oh, so everything tastes terrible to you too? It's awful.
oh.
Standing guard over the last uneaten tray
Yeah, that
against
is
the
also thing.
circling vultures.
The two spin to you. Duchess has a small smile. Oh, Dia, I've been hitting it off with Matthias. What a delightful individual. Oh, come now. You look at yourself. This has been a marvelous engagement. What can we do for you?
Oh,
Nash smiles like seeing your mom get
Yeah.
alone with someone
God,
at a
after
party.
hearing
like,
that,
yay.
what you could do for me would be to just have some like conversation and odd couple style shenanigans in front of me for half an hour. I would watch, but in lieu of that, you can try a little bit of this strudel that Nash and I made.
Oh. There's like a moment of hesitation from Duchess because she sees Dean and
knows.
is like, I don't know of that capability. Looks at Nash and goes, he keeps on learning new weird skills. So like 50-50. Matthias, oh lovely, having no knowledge. They immediately grab it and pop it in their mouth, and
Look,
Duchess is
12
like,
isn't that bad. It's just compared
No.
to Red Path cooking.
yeah, and that's exactly it. Which Matthias has had. So, and Matthias chows down on it. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I like that. And the little decorations. Ooh, that's fancy.
Dia silently pumps a fist. Yes, I knew Matthias would be style over substance, so Nash would clinch this for me.
You can hear Duchess almost mumble, unnecessary decoration, but it does look nice, I suppose.
Unnecessary. What is this joy I see?
This is fucking Bake Off.
It should
Another
look like a
pointless
boomerang.
creature.
And
Horrendous.
she takes a little chomp, and you see a little smile pop up. Oh, that's still so nice. Thank you very much. It's been really nice to participate in actual food, and it's very thoughtful of you. This is very nice. And she just holds out the strudel and takes another bite.
Yeah, it's weird. In spite of the, the horrifying Revenant army and all the bad stuff, I feel like little moments like this are pretty much exactly what Meredith Redwood probably had in mind.
You see Marjorie and Blackthorn are like, oh. Like this little somber sigh. Oh, I see Melusine has engaged in conversation.
Oh yeah, Mel's just bothering Pride.
I am busy. Like,
Oh, what is this wrinkle on your brow? How stressed have you been? Oh my goodness.
it's a scar. I was exploding earlier.
What?
Yes, you're familiar with the attack on everything.
Titan.
Oh, they got you. They got you good.
Yes, I was hit by a cone of cold. I exploded. I was shot multiple times. Quite certain I was stabbed.
Tell me more.
Well, and he like puffs up a bit.
Tell me more, tell me more. Where did he get stabbed?
I'm sorry, with how she said, and they got you? It was very much like,
The killer?
I'll protect you from them. Who? The killers!
The killer.
Yeah. You guys have a nice little moment.
Maze gets to have painting time, though.
Yeah,
You
I
get
was about
have
to
paint
say.
time.
Yeah. So up here we have a interesting little crew. What's the vibe here?
We are being artists. We are being professional.
For some reason, I was like, artist, professional. Got it. But that's incorrect. So we won't be doing that. So I feel like, I think we just go back to a classic. It's very gentle music. Pure like claps her hands together. Okay, I'm ready. Jacques kind of like scratches the back of his head. You just like had that. I never know when inspiration strikes. I must be prepared. So, Mace, what am I doing? Leans over.
All right. Well, as you seemed to identify before, I'm not actually the best at capturing the female figure here. I could use a little bit of help in that regard.
Sure.
And like scooch over like, a little bit. Like.
Yeah, all right.
Now you can like hang out, but like we both need access to the easel here.
Oh yeah. She just stands there. Right.
Was
Yeah, I
not
guess it,
was
yeah.
not the request. Okay.
Yeah.
So I didn't know your wife at all. What do you think would be an appropriate pose for her to strike?
Oh, that's tough to say. I mean, you remember that memory thing you guys used and kind of shocked me with that. I mean, she posed so much in just that one instance, like she couldn't stand still.
Lot
I
of
feel like-
motion.
Yeah, but that might be difficult to capture. Honestly, I envision her the sort that would like put her back to the artist because that's just how she is. But that's not useful or what I want.
Okay. Here. All right. Tell you what. Here. Go stand over here. Strike some poses for me. Let's see what works.
Okay. Pure like size. That won't work at all. You need me. And she like strikes a few poses. She's like, I'm not letting you draw more men. This is a woman, if I'm not mistaken. Jacques shrugs. I don't know what the fuck you two have going on, but like, fair enough. And he like takes a step back.
All right, fine.
Try.
No
Take
more.
a seat.
You need more machismo. We need
Isn't that-
gusto.
And that dude stuff.
Yeah, it's dude. So she's a very dude-pilled lady. Not
What the fuck does that mean? Hold on a moment. I think I heard somebody just say something heinous about my mother.
I mean, you could zip on over here if you were curious.
Your red path senses are tingling.
But Pure's like, oh, what if I just did this? And she like takes the chair, and sits in it at a bit of an angle towards you, crosses her legs, and then leans heavily on one of the arms and puts on a very smug look. And Jacques is like, actually,
Oh yeah, no, that's it. Right?
yeah, that kind of fits her really well. Yeah, you didn't even know her, but yeah.
Yeah, no, that's the energy. Yeah, all right. Maybe modeling was your calling, Pure.
Oh my gosh, thank you. She gets like a big beaming smile and then goes back to that very, very smug look.
Yeah, Maze is gonna try and capture her pose real quick, cause like, you know, it's not like a portrait of Pure after all. She doesn't need to sit there forever, but like we gotta block out the shapes here.
Yeah. You gotta get like a general idea.
Yeah. Yeah, what die should I start rolling here, boss?
I think what we were doing before is that it was intelligence and dexterity in combination. Unless you've got another thing that you think would
No,
be...
by all means, I'll take a +10. Sounds good to me.
No, really twisted my arm, GM.
Darn, my 2 best stats? No! Jacques, get in the chair.
Pure. Oh, no. Absolutely not. What? Is this not good enough? She like gestures at herself.
It's just not, oh God. Am I broken? What's wrong here?
No, oh boy, you're going through it, huh? Listen, I don't know exactly what's happening between you two. But I don't think I should be in the chair. Because I just have a weird feeling of looking at a portrait of my dead wife and knowing that I posed for that. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
Jesus.
You know,
like that's a...
No, I get that. Does seem strange now that I'm thinking about it. All right, Pure,
What
you
about
block
this?
it out then.
Oh, okay. She like immediately pops up. Okay, let's see what I can do. I've leveled up as a sorcerer because I'm a sorcerer now. So, but I didn't put any points into the skills we're using.
Yeah, no, intelligence and dexterity are not typically sorcerer things.
Yeah, so she actually has okay dex just because, like, she's a Lionheart, and
Sure.
that's just how they work. Int, huh? Wait, no, she's an artist. She has a skill check for this. Hang on. I gotta go find her sheet. Yeah, all right. So, just blocking out. Yeah, all right.
I pogged for a split second. Funny there.
She's just like, okay, I have blocked out to the best of my ability. How good of a smug face are you doing, Maze?
Oh, no.
Oh, geez, how good am I at expressing myself here?
Give me a charisma check. Oh, yeah, actually, it's serviceable. Yeah, it works pretty much. It's like, No, this is actually working quite well, all things considered. Okay! That's all lined out. I don't know what to do from here, because I feel like this is going to be your thing, because you actually know what this lady looks like.
I do. I have seen her before. Oh no, you needed to push that expression way further. And by you, I mean me.
Oh, good catch. I was a little miffed at the start of that sentence. Like when she says that, she like balances on her tippy toes and then comes back down.
Oh, all right, no, game face now. All right, paint a woman.
I will guide you. And so, if you want, get a +2 on the same check as before.
Oh, you're too kind.
As she's like hovering over your shoulder, like,
He's broken, Your Honor.
He's really stressed out.
It's just dawning on him that, like, you know, like, girls are watching, and this guy's watching.
This guy's watching you fail at trying to paint his dick.
Trying to do something nice for him. The pressure.
all I could keep thinking is, like, you get to the chest, and, like, both of them are just staring, and you're like, I don't know what to do here.
Oh, God. Oh, thank
Hey,
goodness, Redpath's here to watch me fail to paint his mother.
Redpath!
Hi, are you stressed out because you're hungry? I have noticed you have not eaten. We have all these strudel. Please.
Oh, I mean, I wouldn't say no to some strudel.
I'll take a strudel, thank you.
I would love some strudel from Mr. Redpath. Lucky, lucky me.
She just looks at her. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. She takes it and, like, deflates.
No, it's just funny that
It's
she's
funny.
just... She's like her
I've
father.
seen his dick, you know.
Listen, she's a young lady, like, early 20s, and Redpath is a good-looking guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, May's
It's
just...
so funny that
Oh, God.
I'm sorry. Just as a sidebar, it's so funny that she's early 20s because she has the energy of like 16.
Oh, yeah, no.
It's because she's rich and a bimbo.
She's a sorcerer now!
It's really funny because Dia's canonically 23. They're practically the same age, and Dia treats her as if she was like a child.
Oh,
Why
boy.
do you think Pride treats her like a child?
Oh, you're not so different at all. Man, yeah. May starts thinking about that too and devours a strudel. Thanks. No further comment on the quality of the strudel.
Cool. Am I allowed to see whatever this is?
There's not much to look at, but feel free. Maybe the additional pressure will get me going.
Yeah. You know, I mean, pressure makes diamonds.
That's
I don't
true.
know, I tend to make you feel really, really bad.
I don't think I would say that. You generally tend to make me feel less dead than usual.
Oh. Wow, that's like, if that were coming from anybody else and towards anybody else, that would sound like a romantic line out of a book. Let me see. What is...
It's not.
Why
not
does the
going.
face look evil? Is this an evil person?
No. I mean, it's smug. You know, it's supposed to be smug and like. Oh god, it does read sinister. Oh god.
Okay.
Jacques scratches the back of his head. Oh, it's kind of concerning. I didn't think that was a problem.
Oh god. Oh god.
Do I have anything left to give to him? Hang on. Oh my god.
Yeah, I need to see, does Jacques have anything?
Maze is like one bad roll away from taking out the ring of speak with art to ask the piece how to make it better.
That'd be fucked up. Don't do that.
So interesting thing might happen with that. You're trying to make a painting of one of the most devout followers of Valoria using a ring created by Valoria.
Well, that's an interesting thought. Let's wait until it's less of an abomination to explore that any further.
That's a little scary.
Yeah, everyone's just like crowding over your shoulder looking at this easel. And like, Pure, who is an artist, is all like, yeah, like it's coming along. Jacques is like, I have no opinion. It looks nice so far. and Redpath's just critical.
Redpath's one of those people who knows exactly what's wrong with it, but he doesn't have any physical artistic skill to be able to tell Maze how to do it. So, like, he can point out, like, oh, the shoulder's too long over, like, here, it should be further into the side, but, like, he wouldn't be able to do that himself. Let's see, Jesus Christ, what do we even have? No, that won't do it. Make whole? No, that won't do it. Restoration? That won't do it.
It's fine, just stand here and supervise. Surely that will help.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Come on, pull it, start pulling it. Maybe if I start adding colors, it'll look nice. She was very colorful. That's probably the problem here.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably it. You know, she had more than just red hair. Like, there were other colors. Like, shocking.
This is really getting you.
Oh, you don't say. Oh, I'm fading fast.
Should I
Did
try?
the strudel do nothing for you?
Oh, no, it's fine. I'm okay. I'm okay. I can figure this out. Painting is an additive process. There's nothing you can't solve with more paint.
I'm sorry, are you sitting here expecting to finish this in the, 20 minutes that we have?
No, I was planning on getting it done over the... We're staying the night, aren't we?
Yeah, but that generally... Have you ever done a full, painting before? Don't those take several hours?
Generally,
If not-
yeah. But, I figured I could at least get it started and then be able to...
Okay. Well, that's an honest effort.
Pierre, leans over your shoulder. Just, staring at it.
Ringa, speak with her. Just quivering on his finger, just do I do it?
So, an important note as well, Chad has reminded me as well, this ring is also an echo of the artist.
Uh-huh.
So you're getting art advice from yourself.
Yeah.
Dude, this is gonna be dude, you fucking suck. I can't believe you're just give up, man. Just come on. You're so useless.
Don't.
So the painting would still have the voice of the individual, so you can hear her. Right, so I think part of your problem is you're not colouring in the lines, you child. Jacques like, oh, so far that sounds about right. And Kira's like, I don't like this energy.
Oh.
Of course, I'm painting like a child would. What else is wrong with it?
Right, well, also your angle is a bit wrong.
Is it now?
Yeah, look at the
Did
chair
you
legs.
remember to flip the canvas?
No, I didn't.
Flip the canvas.
You can't flip the canvas physically. That doesn't make sense.
Oh, fuck.
Hold it up to a mirror.
Yeah, I bet it looks worse if you do that.
Right, imagine that. Jacques, I love my wife.
This is a horrible impression.
Okay.
Right.
Anything else I should know?
I mean, you certainly seem nervous about drawing the rest of the physique.
Yes.
All right, just thought I'd remind you. Now that you are inspired by art, we'll
Get a -2.
No. We'll give you another +2 on top of the additions you've already got.
Please.
It's gotta be a double digit now, right? Hey! All right.
You have to wake up. You have to get out of the dream.
Maze picks himself back up, his hand shaking. He's like, I think I know how to make it less complete garbage.
Is this gonna talk forever?
No, it's just temporary. I thought it might be more helpful, but as it turns out, this doesn't really help the creative process all that much.
I mean, it could be worse.
How? How could it be worse?
You could stop.
Suppose you're right.
And You start going at it with a new fervor. And yeah, this actually looks pretty damn stellar now. Really, I think the problem was you had no warm-up. You just dove right into, I'm going to make a portrait of a dead woman I can't see.
It seems so obvious how this went wrong now.
It's a pretty bold move.
Yeah, now Mace starts to find his rhythm a bit. There's a lot of damage that need be undone here. But it starts becoming something even remotely respectable.
Yeah, like at a certain point, Jacques wraps his arm around you. Yeah. Oh, this is looking real nice. Thank you. I really appreciate this.
Of course. I'm happy to do it.
Yeah.
Mace, do you know how to paint interiors at all?
Oh, you think I should paint a background?
If it's within your wheelhouse.
That's an interesting prospect. I suppose it might not be that hard. It's just what, straight lines?
Well-
Pure claps her hands. If you'd like, I'm pretty darn experienced with doing sceneries and whatnot. I'd be more than happy
Oh,
to
thank
assist with that.
God!
I think that would look really nice if you had two, like, contrasting styles together. I feel like that would suit her, you know?
It would suit her, actually. I was trying to figure how to capture that. She has a very unique essence. A lot of movement that can't really be captured, like we said, but maybe some contrast like that'll help.
Let's see. The question is, where is she? She's already in a chair, so...
Where was your favorite place to be?
Oh, well, I mean...
I'm talking to my father.
Ah! She, like, goes back to just, like, chewing on the back of the brush. And Jacques cups his chin and thinks, I mean, we did love going to just, like, pubs and things like that. I know but that's where you meet a lot of the most interesting people. A church is not correct.
No.
Not even a little bit.
I think a pub sounds right. I think that's probably where she felt most at home, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but I feel like that's kind of dark and dreary. And Pierre's like, oh, no. I will fix that. And she gets to work. All right, Pierre. You've got a great base. Don't fuck this up, sweetheart.
Come on,
that
Burley.
would be pretty remarkable.
Hilarious.
It'd be pretty hilarious. I'm going to give her a +2 from inspiring painting and also pressure. Oh, all right.
Wow!
Hooray!
So what she does is it is indeed this little pub, but it's got like very smoky atmosphere, and you can see that behind her is this wall of bottles, and it's just dozens of different colors, all beautifully illuminated by the nearby fires and fireplaces. But most notably, while the background itself is all these nice fun colors, it's a bit dark compared to her. With Penelope in the center being the most vibrant colors, completely different level of, I'm drawing a blank on the word, I guess brightness, lack for a better term.
Contrast.
Contrast, thank you. Pure, with her tongue sticking out, adds the last final touches and very delicately steps away from it. I don't know if that's good enough, but I gotta say, Maze, I think we did a pretty good job.
You do certainly seem to be carrying this. It looks nice,
Oh.
though.
Hogwash, you did a lovely job. You just had to just kind of shake off the rust a bit.
That's one way to put it. Still, I appreciate all the help.
Jacques is silent. He is just staring at it with a very gentle smile. Yeah. That's real good. Thanks, folks. He like reaches into his jacket. How much do I owe you?
Oh, please.
Oh, please. Extends hand.
Pushes it away. You know that's not why I did it.
Yeah, but, kindness deserves generosity,
Then pay it forward to someone who needs it.
Pure is about to extend her hand and then realizes, oh, I'm rich! Jacques thinks, yeah, I think I can manage that. He just keeps looking at it. Really, the tough part is I gotta figure out where to hang it.
Maze keeps looking at it too. The tough part is not wanting to immediately try and redo it.
Pure seems rather content. She looks at that and she's like, no, we did a bang up job.
How big is this painting?
Probably not terribly large if we got it done in a timely fashion.
This is D&D. You can do whatever the hell you want. I would say, oh god, I'm so bad at like mentally imagining sizes. I would say like 3 feet across and then like, I don't know, 4 feet tall. Like
That's
it's
fucking
it's,
big.
Okay, it's pretty big, yeah.
It's pretty big. It's a pretty impressive thing. You got to figure with D&D, there's probably like some magic bullshit that goes into this equipment that can assist the process.
Sure.
I'm not saying like straight up a fill tool, but you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
I have an idea. I have a
Punches
question.
it.
No! Just throws it into one of the braziers on the side there.
Fucked up and rude.
I have a question. You used your ring on it. Would my ring work on it?
Oh,
that's a quirky thought.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I mean,
He thinks back to the mansion with Blackthorn's family portraits.
yeah.
And how that was the only way for him to, imagine.
Yeah. Huh. So, obviously, no matter what, this would be a facsimile of Penelope. In every way, shape, or form. And yeah. Oh, fascinating. Yeah, because you guys haven't entered a painting with a person in it yet.
Yeah.
And more importantly, a person that someone knows. Because a lot of the times, besides like obviously self-portraits and whatnot, if it's like just a random individual, they will have a random personality based on the painting. But for Penelope, who's also a follower of Veloria, I mean, the personality would be as close as possible to whoever envisions them when they enter, would be my assumption. So
Okay.
like whatever you most thoroughly believe that to be is what it would be represented as.
It's not Penelope's Penelope. Ideally, it will be Jacques' Penelope.
Yeah.
Which is all he ever had, so...
And he liked her for all her flaws.
Here, I want to try something here. This might look a little... Can I pick this up? Can I move this?
Oh yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's still, I suppose it's still probably drying, but I don't know if that would alter it in any way.
It probably... Red, are you thinking about doing what I think you're doing?
Yeah.
Are you sure that's a good call?
I think the option is a bit... I would leave it to his discretion.
Alright.
Why, what do you think?
Yeah. It seems a bit much, don't you know? Like, it's one thing to just see them in a vision, and another thing to see in a painting. It'd be a lot for him to handle, you think?
Jacques is still just staring. He's not really thinking too much right now.
It's your call to make, but I wanted to voice some concern on the matter.
No, I get it. I get where you're coming from.
Thinking about Jacques and how he has talked about her and how he has seemed to... Obviously, the Red Path doesn't have a correct comparison to make. Does he seem like he's adjusted enough to his life at this point that this would set him back? Like, he might kind of use this as a bad coping mechanism?
I think this is going to be a sense motive because,
Yeah.
like, and the DC is like lower just because like you've gotten to talk with this guy a lot, and he is not shy about like expressing himself to you.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got a pretty good read on him. Okay. You think while this would be a really touching gesture, and he would deeply appreciate it, your concern is that even with that memory where he got to see her perfectly and interact,
That was enough.
it wasn't that it was enough. It was he was able to interact with the memory perfectly. And by the time it was over, he was like still processing what had fully happened.
Mm-hmm.
If he was given access to just like hang out with his wife whenever,
Mm-hmm.
it could be problematic.
Yeah, he would probably get lost in it.
Yeah. It'd be living in a dream,
Yeah.
which is, and it's not a thing of like doubting his will to like push through it, but that's some tough temptation.
It's quite the thing to offer anybody.
Yeah.
Especially considering, like, Jacques doesn't have, like, a lot of friends or things that, like, lock him down. So, to be given this, he could sink back a little bit. Having just this portrait, though, it will be immortalized forever for him, and he will have something to look at and be so pleased with of all the memories, but won't be tempted to just be stuck in them.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Think of it as a beacon to move forward. Because she always was his light of, like, moving forward. That's why Jacques hasn't moved from Leviara. He just set up roots and just didn't move again. Penelope was his legs.
Yeah.
Also,
No.
Fink brings up a good point. You can't leave Rose out of the paint drying process.
Yeah. Oops.
She's taking a nap.
She is. She's taking a girly nap. No, Red Path, he thinks about all of that as he's moving it over, and he like leans it up against the wall to try and see it from a different angle. And as he kind of gets the perspective of the fact, it's not until he picks it up and he realizes it is a thing on an object. It is not a place to go. It shouldn't be a place to go, not like that. When he has that perspective of, this is an object, this is just a 3D canvas, it's the importance is the person looking at it. He just changes his mind. He just picks it back up and puts it back on the canvas.
No. Yeah.
Sorry, were you saying something, Red?
I was more thinking something, but I think it's better like this.
Yeah, I got no notes. He just kind of smiles and looks at her. My masterpiece. I mean, I didn't make it, but she was.
She seemed like quite the lady.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Right, you don't need to see an old man get teared up. He kind of like clears his throat and wipes his eye a bit.
Do you want to go cry by the pier? I can hang out with you.
Gets a very hearty, like, smoker laugh. I don't know how I feel about holding a portrait of my dead wife crying
No,
next
she's
to
gotta
my son.
stay. She's gotta stay in here and dry.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's fair.
Come on, let's get you some sea air.
Yeah. Thanks, folks. I really appreciate this.
Of course. Yeah, Maze glances over at Pure. And I do appreciate all of your help.
Thank you, Pure.
Oh, yeah, of course. Sorry, Wow, I didn't think that was gonna mean that much to him.
Oh,
I've never had someone react that much to art I've made. And it's just really nice. Oh, God, I'm sad, though, because it's his dead wife. Just like...
Maze just cracks a smile. You're sweet, Pure.
Oh, gosh. She's like fanning herself, tearing up.
oh no, girl, your makeup's gonna run.
Heavens.
Heavens!
Not in front of all of the cute boys at the party. Oh wait.
Oh wait.
I'd love to offer you a rag or something, but I don't have anything. My bag is just full of like guns and doorknobs.
What was the last thing we put in there that was really
Rocks!
bad and scary?
A giant pile of rocks!
Right.
It's full of rocks!
Should probably do something about the big pile of rocks.
Just dump them in the ocean.
Well, I
We
might
can
need a
use
giant
these
pile
later.
of rocks is the thing. Just every time Maze has to put something in his bag, he has to throw out a proportional amount of rocks now. Anyway.
Yeah. Was there anything else Peeps wanted to do? Because this will probably be the last time that we're here for I would say a while, but I don't know.
Can we just
probably
real
ever.
quick? Can we just
Yeah.
real quick establish who is going with us? Andrin is mandatory. She's mandatory, right?
Mandatory.
Garen, I assume, is gonna want to come if Andrin's coming, but
I think Garen had his own thing that he wanted to do. I think Garen wanted to fuck off.
Garen is more than willing to go because like Andrin is very, very important to him.
Also, sorry, Boo, we need your truck.
that is part of the thing, is based on Red Path's plan, you need Garen's something that is not brought up too often, Garen's once per month greater teleport.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because he's got Archon Hound in him.
And
the truck.
I assume. So, I mean, we're expecting that we're gonna be confronting Maria there. So, what about Marjorie and Blackwood?
Yeah, that seems to be the gang, is the party, Garen, Andrin, and then the Goths.
Yeah.
And tentatively Duchess too, if
Well-
we want her help with this reskinning.
So Duchess and Fez are probably going to start making their way back to the Obsidian Spear.
Good idea.
Because they need to start getting shit prepared, and also like re-inform Central of like, hey, Payne's on a warpath and doing some crazy shit. On top of that, they are expecting the South team to return soon and get an update on what the fuck happened there. And so she wants to try and be present for that if possible.
I feel like we're not gonna be doing stuff at Melody like a procedure there with anything that the insane Jarthina has done there.
Well, no,
too.
because she does have the implements that we need there. She's more or less got a medical facility that has most of the stuff that...
There's also a significant chance that the machine that was ripped out of their little cubby there was that's where they took it.
Yeah,
probably is the best place to do it.
My game plan for it, my 1, 2, 3 step is I can use a teleport. Me and Garen can use our teleports to get us to Melody Meadows. And then once we actually get there, we would need to speak or talk with people generally to get an idea of what the fuck's been going on. But we don't need a direct, like, we don't need to ask around to get there because we have 2 people who have already been there.
Yes, Blackthorn and Marjorie have both been to this facility strictly because that is where Marjorie woke up That is where the fight went down.
Yeah. So, we basically just need them to direct us, I guess, like, on Google Maps, and then I can get us the rest of the way there. We have, because of my hashtag blessings, we have enough spells to basically get there within, like, honestly, under 18 hours.
Yeah.
If we were using Garen's greater teleport, wouldn't the idea
It would
be
just be,
using
like,
it there
immediate, yeah.
immediately?
We can do
Or-
that, yeah.
Yeah. So the only hesitation with that is the way greater teleport works is that the teleporter is familiar
They need
with
to
the
be
location.
personally familiar with it. If they have it described to them, their chances of it being slightly off are higher. And if, like, the mischance is, like, very, very high, then you might end up in a place that just sounds similar to it, but is not actually it at all.
Yeah.
So we could teleport as close as we think we can get to there, and then I can just use one of my spells to get us there.
Yeah. So let's see here. So just to give you a perspective on like the roles for this, if you are like the options are very familiar, studied, seen casually, viewed once, and then false destination. This would fall into false destination.
Mhm.
And the from what I can tell here is 81 through 92, you're in like the area.
Mhm.
93 to 100, it's a mishap and something bad happens. 80 to 0 or 80 to 1, nothing happens.
Yeah.
Bad odds.
Not great odds. Super
So-
not stellar.
If we could go to Melody Meadows, which is somewhere that Redpath has definitely been before, and Garen has probably been before, then they could at least get to Town Square, and then the other two could tell them, okay, left, right, down
Yeah.
this road, go backwards.
I figured we were going to the town rather than straight to the lab because I feel like we'd want to just kind of do a spot check for, I don't know,
Yeah.
Revenant armies
Yeah.
and shit, given our experiences
Have
at
you seen some
Sweetstone.
scary goth bitch running through town?
Anyway, but if we want to wind walk, that's fine too.
Yeah.
Well,
And-
Windwalk can get us a part of the way there, but Windwalk would be like
Oh, I see.
the swoop on in one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for chat, because I'm sure they'll bring it up. Yes, greater teleport technically does not need to have a location or like knowledge of this location for it to work. However, very technically, Garen's teleport should only work on him if we were going by the strict rules of the Archon Hound. And that's not how I've been playing him since day one, because literally the first time this teleportation was mentioned was way back before the keep, when they were like, well, if we need to get somewhere fast, we can ask Garen.
Yep.
So, cool. Yeah. Because I know some people were curious about this in chat. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drag us over to Laviara. Our lovely town, our beautiful,
Lovely
A
aura.
beautiful town that has had
And maybe
nothing
the
bad happen
last
to it.
time.
the last time. So that's actually why what I'm going to do is I'm going to give us a nice, clean view of the lovely work Oz did of this beautiful town. And kind of give you a quick update for some other NPCs before
Oh,
we,
no.
because we've been here
Who
for so
died
long.
on the way to his home planet?
It's fine.
Who?
I think before we go, we say our goodbyes. We get our last looks into, oh, how's this guy doing?
Yeah, if you want, we can also just do a quick RP with certain characters if you wanted to like have a direct goodbye to them before heading out. So I'll start with, because they're closest, Doopsy over by the academy. Doopsy is still not the head of the library or the academy. And likely won't be for a while. Amaranth has put in a word of like, just let him have the fucking chair. It's
Let him
fine.
have the fucking hat.
Let him have his fucking hat. We have a council to keep an eye on him. It's fine. Don't worry. So eventually, also, Amaranth has had to do a lot of talking down of no, you're not getting the ghost. He keeps asking. He keeps asking where the ghost is. Not getting the ghost.
I'm surprised how gung-ho he is about getting this ghost.
It's a cool idea.
I mean, so you gotta figure, for Doopsy, the only other possible, like, familiar he has is Yodis, who's hanging out in the abyss, and he's like, I can't control that one, it's scary!
I would trust Yodis more than I trust Des.
I don't trust either of them.
Well, I mean,
Both should not be trusted.
but, you know, Penne Doopsy is not that wise. High int, low whiz.
I shake his hand. I shake his wing.
You shake his wing.
Talon, whatever.
I'll put Kadaso back. Yeah, Enrique, he recovers. He's doing all right. He didn't
Good.
talk to you guys too much, but he's very thankful for all your help, and he has agreed that he is going to start working on the curricular of this school and make it safer, like with or without Doopsy's help. Amaranth supports entirely.
The Larise.
Yeah, the Larise. You go check up on Bubber. Bubber can play hot cross buns now.
Can you give it to us?
Amazing.
He's getting the little things wrong, but it's
Raucous applause.
Yeah, wow.
yeah. Hold on, let me roll a Bubber charisma check. Plus.
Chat goes wild.
Holy shit! Bubber!
Bubber!
Damn, Bubber has +2 charisma mod.
He's very likable. He's just a cute little guy.
Just like me for real.
This guy gets me.
Tafelbeer ran
This
into the
guy
woods and
gets
never
me.
came back.
Yeah, no, Tathelveer 100% is not in town anymore. He has skipped town.
He took
I
my
was
fucking
actually
snow
about to say,
globe.
like, I wonder if we find him still waiting in the woods for the signal. Be like, oh, you can go home, buddy.
So about that,
Uh-huh.
Tathelveer finds you.
Oh.
As you guys were taking the boat back to the mainland, he like kind of appears out of the floorboards. It's like, hey,
The fuck! God, don't do that!
Don't yell at me.
Tathelveer, laugh track.
I still have your crazy little weather ball. Do you want that? Or you're
I'm gonna
boy.
be real, like, we made you wait out in the woods for a long time and didn't end up using it. I kind of feel like you've earned it, like as payment for services rendered.
Oh, but I feel like I should at least reimburse you for such a fun little toy.
Well, there's a magic item I might be interested in modifying a little or discussing with you whether that's possible. We can talk about that off screen.
Oh, yes. I like the sound of that. What about the rest of you?
I'll probably hawk this trident to you.
Where do you
throw
keep
it.
You sold me like 50 of these. Where do they
Are
come
these
from?
fake?
Need to think about it off screen.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
Oh, take your time. If you change your mind, I'm sure we'll bump into each other again. And by that I mean, say my name loudly and I'll appear. But you better be smiling when you say it, because if you frown, I won't.
Oh.
How you know?
You can tell when someone's smiling and they say your name.
Alright, thanks,
Like-
Tafelbeer.
Okay, bye. He sprints off into the water.
Runs on the water like a lizard.
Arms like splayed out, legs wide, but then like eventually doesn't maintain the momentum, face plants in the water and disappears.
Eaten by an adept a little.
Yeah, I mean that could also be just gone. Flare Debonair. It worked using you as advertising. Her business is doing
Booming.
just fine.
May have to stop by and get some cure wound potions. I used a lot of mine.
And she'll give you a discount, and she has access up to like beyond greater healing. Like she can hook you up and for a discount.
Yeah.
On top of that, her potion brewing has helped this town immensely with just the recovery of the people themselves. So, yeah, that's a good thing.
She's in the good graces of the people.
Yeah. Embernice. Gonna remove that. Embernice has a nice burial for Brutus. And actually a custom for fire giants is that once the fire giant passes on, over time the body loses the resistance to fire. So it is custom to burn the body and let it... The belief is that the flame returns them to the plane of fire, or allows that great blaze that was their life to reignite another fire giant. So it's a very sad ceremony, but it is necessary, and Embernice deeply appreciates everything that you guys did. And also, you learn that Embernice is actually moving into the Harrisif estate.
Yay!
And she will no longer just be living in the plane of fire because she doesn't want to live in that quiet house anymore. And she has more family than she realized.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh, you two. Let me move them to where they would be.
No! You killed Pride!
Yeah, it's fine.
He had a heart attack. It was a long time coming.
No, he's all right. Octavia and Armella. Octavia, as you know, has taken over the business, and things are doing well. Actually, because of all of the injuries and damage, the Smoothest Silk has chosen to donate many of their last season clothing to the populace that have been attacked and whatnot, just because, you know, I'm sure a lot of wardrobes have been destroyed in some capacity. Armella, when you go to talk to her, her voice is very raspy. Because as you recall, she was stabbed in the throat. However, you know very well, Red Panthers, with your own medical training. This will recover. She just has to take it easy. So, not much gossiping for her. Maybe she'll choose her words more carefully. Possibly beneficial in some regards. But the nice thing is that now more than ever, the Dulanes are closer and actually give a damn about each other.
That's nice.
Yeah. Let's see here. Where is their theme? We'll just do that one. Why not? Chadork's doing great.
Hell yeah!
Let's go.
Chadork didn't know what was happening. He missed it because I just realized we never saw Chadork once during the raid. No, he didn't orchestrate it.
Wow.
Well, I didn't think that before.
But he and Matthias get cracking on the next play that's necessary, which will, of course, star our one and only Marigold. Pure helps with setting up posters for that, and yeah, it's simple, it's pleasant, it's good. Eurus goes back to church and stays there.
Good lady.
Can't blame her.
She's like, I've had a fucking enough.
Eurus and Armella both just had a succession of largely unrelated, horrifying near-death experiences.
Yeah. And if you saw East, you know how bad it was for Eurus there too.
God, poor lady.
The East girls dropped her off a fruit basket. They're like, oh, darling.
Yeah. East girls stay in town for a while, actually. One being that it was agreed that this town needed extra protection while the 11th hour was gone. And also Melusine wants to spend more time with her new lady friend, Deletta Delato. Deletta Delato, of course. She's got a lot of work ahead of her. And obviously, she is bawling her eyes out to see you guys leave, but understands it's necessary. Yeah. unless there was anyone else you wanted to talk to, you guys can...
A matter of fact, there is. I do just want to snake a quick word with Oleander Hairseth.
I like to imagine on the way back from the party or whatever, Redpath gives all the leftovers to Artie and is like, all right, see you later. Bye.
Artigan really appreciates that. I'm not going to worry about who all's on this map.
You know,
too much.
this is actually a good bookend because Oleander, I believe, was one of the first people we met here.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and Redpath does tell his dad while everybody else is still in the house.
Tell his dad
About Garen.
Oh, I think Jacques' reaction is like, oh, my fishing buddy. Oh, you too. What? Oh, can I still fish with him? Is that...
How can I tell you
in the
no?
way of anything.
Could you imagine if I had the gall to say no?
I just wanted to make sure. I didn't want it to be weird for you. Because
No.
like he's fun to hang out with.
You seem to have a great time together. He talks about you.
Oh, that's really nice to hear. Huh. He just smiles. I got a friend. Yeah. He just like smiles, very pleased about that.
Redpath pats him on the back. He has such a like bewildered, sad look.
He's just an old man who doesn't. He's got he has friends, but like he and Garen really hit it off.
Yeah.
Also, Garen has such an old soul about him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, he gives off old man energy. Here, I think this would be.
Well, Oleander gets the map.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's easy enough to set up. There are 4 Blue Jays with you to ensure. Oleander, you see, is just in his cell. Like, the mental image I had is him laying in bed, and he's got like a ping pong ball in his mouth, and popping it in the air and then catching it again. He sits up. Oh, it's been a while since I was on screen. Maze, what can I do for you?
Just wanted to drop by real quick. The 11th hour and I are heading out of town, but I wanted to say goodbye to you at least.
Oh. Great. Any particular... Well, I would be rude if I didn't. Good day to you, sir. Any particular reason?
Oh, good day. Well, first and foremost, it was to pick up some of your stuff that had been confiscated. Thanks for that.
Yeah, you enjoy that. He just glares.
But also, I wanted to tell you about a fun little development.
Uh-huh.
I've fallen for your daughter, Oleander.
Eyes go wide. Okay. And Amaranth reciprocated? I doubt that very much.
Oh, no. No, certainly not. It was Rosa, actually. She's a lovely girl.
Sits up almost choking on the ping pong ball and spits it out. What? Whoa. What? Why?
Why? Have you seen her? She's charming and sweet.
The Blue Jays all look at each other. Oh, yeah, fair enough. One leans over. I like her hat.
Right? She has a lovely hat, a lovely sense of fashion.
Mm-hmm. They all nod, and Oleander like fully stands up. I'm sorry. What is this weird flex? I'm gonna call it.
That's not a flex. You just have a right to know us all.
If you think I'm gonna give you a dowry, you're fucking wrong. He like leans up against the bars.
Oh, goodness. It seems a bit early to ask for your blessing, don't you think?
Not that you would.
Oh, please. I respect you enough to ask. Whether I'll care about your answer is a different matter.
That's what I thought. Well, Maze. Yeah.
But you want to be a better man, don't you?
I'd like to be a free man, but I think better is a good start to get there.
I think so too. So be happy for us.
I can't help but smile. God, I wish I had a cigarette. Right. Well, you take care of Rosie. Do better than I did, I guess. And, what'd you do with my big dick clock?
Still got it.
He just sighed.
What, did you think I would hawk it?
It's worth a pretty penny.
But it's so gaudy and lovely.
Yep. That's why I commissioned it.
Yeah, you must give me the contact of the guy you got it from. I might have use for a craftsman like that.
My immediate answer is, it was this, small fella. I bumped into him once when he was looking for funding for his stupid fucking tower. Toter Tobbles. You ever hear of this guy?
Oh, that's a lovely coincidence.
Yeah, I kind of figured you'd know him in some capacity. Does he like you as much as I do?
Yes, actually.
He likes me less!
A strained relationship him and I have, but I'm sure he'll be thrilled to have some more work coming to him. Oh, that's fun. That's lovely.
Yeah. Give Tobbles my regards, and, tell my daughters I'll get better. I'll be better. I'm just gonna need some time and a little more wall punching.
I'm sure you will.
Yeah. I don't punch that often. Hurts like a bitch. It's brick.
Phonetics on that. Brick.
Brick.
I'll leave you to it then. Best regards, Oleander.
Yeah. Best of luck, Maze, with whatever the hell you do next. That was a setup for something, and I respect that you didn't follow up.
Sorry, I was gonna let you leave. I was gonna leave on you having the last word there. Cool line, but no, it's okay. We can end on a weird exchange instead. Yeah, I appreciate the wish for luck. I don't know what I'm going to get up to after this. It's gonna be stupid though.
Well, as long as you stay lucky, you'll be fine. And with that, you leave the prison.
Yay!
Yeah!
Is there, and I'm gonna ask one more time just because, is there anyone or anything else you wanted to talk to before we...
Oh, hey, Rosa, what are you gonna do? Do you want to come with us, or do you have plans?
We don't have room for Rosa in the car!
Okay, whoa, that escalated. Tell you what I'm gonna do. I will travel with Duchess and Fez's extra security and also start, I guess, figuring out what my role is in the Ebon ward. She, like, leans in and whispers.
That's good. Yeah, alright. I'm sure they could use the help anyway. I'm sure having someone from the inside will help ease the anxiety of the ongoing potential assault force.
Oh, yeah. What about Pride?
Right. Yeah. What about Pride? I mean,
he's in charge, like he always
Pride-
wanted.
Pride and Deletta got a lot of work to do.
yeah. I mean, Pride is overseeing still the security of everything, but now he is officially the lawmaster. And due to his heroics out in the field with the 11th hour, he finally gets some respect that is beyond his name.
Hooray!
Let's fucking go.
Oh.
That's the good end for Pride. Because the big thing is, like, people know that he, quotation marks, sponsored this freelance company who did amazing work in the city. So everyone's like, yeah, Pride's actually pretty good at leading. You're a good guy. Pride needs an assistant. Honestly, I think Octavia, because the two of them have been seeing each other more and more. They're not, like, in a dating capacity, but they just enjoy each other's company a lot. Because they're both, like, family, am I right? But now they're doing better now.
A symbiotic
Hooray.
relationship.
Oh, Leon Lionheart's back in town.
Oh,
cares?
God. Yeah, Regal
Bye.
in the ocean.
Those two go on like another honeymoon or something of the sort.
Oh, that's actually kind of cute.
I'm so happy for them. Bye.
I get my largely undeserved happy ending.
Get
That's luck,
back.
baby.
Yeah, Mace, what about your mom?
She left, didn't she?
She did leave, but
Okay.
if you wanted, you could try to track her down on your way out of town. She left town, but like as you hit the road, she's a stealthy individual. She might just be hanging out in the nearby woods, like waiting to see if her baby boy happens to go on by.
Bit of a freak.
We've got business to attend to, so if I see her on the road, she'll get a polite wave, but I don't need to get caught up explaining the new ways that I'm gonna have my life threatened to my mother.
I was
fair.
trying to think of like if she skipped town and changed her name. I was like, okay, so like Victoria, Vivian, Millicent.
It's better than me, where I was like, vasectomy. Look at this fucking squad.
Weird.
Yeah.
Two perfect little rows.
Two
Right.
Two perfect
us
little
and
rows of little ducklings.
it's us, and we're sponsoring Bring Your Daughter to Work Day.
We're sponsoring Bring Your Daughter to Work Day. Bring Your Daughter to Work Day at the chessboard.
God, amazing.
Well, it seems to me that either we should wrap here a little early, or if there's like a setup or a hook you want to leave us with, that might make the most sense. For like, you get there and everything's on fire, or you get there and Parthena's standing there and she has installed stilts in her body and is much more formidable now.
You get there, but it's in the middle of the road, and Maze drops into the mouth of a monster.
Ah.
Yeah. I think I'll do a little foreshadowing of something instead, actually.
Oh, Nani?
Ooh.
So, let me change the music a little bit.
Oh.
Hey,
No!
This
No!
is where I
no.
ate that man, or probably
Oh, no.
probably a different cemetery, but
It sure is where you ate that.
all right,
random
it is
man.
where I ate that
Random man, you will not speak that way about grub yummy.
We
Proceed.
can't do this. You're
Um,
not doing this.
it's a quiet graveyard as something comes flittering into the center and lands on one of the little tombstones.
What the fuck?
Gotta zoom the fuck in.
It is this strange little creature, very angelic in design.
Yeah, fucking magical girl mascot ass.
And
fuck?
they touch down and kind of look around, kind of chirp. And then not too much long later, another one touches down on a different tombstone and looks around, gives another chirp, and then actually flies off to a nearby wall. And then someone appears in a small blink of light. Cassiel Tide leans down and examines the ground. It's becoming rather bothersome to track them down. Dear Doctor, I am on my way. I do hope you have some tea prepared. It has been a long travel. And that is where we will end today's session.
Whoa!
He's finally coming back! My apologies, they are finally
What are
coming
the little
back.
creatures?
They're little creatures!
Tide touches down on the grave road. Oh, goodness
What
me.
the fuck are those?
Leviara took a long fucking time.
Oh,
Here I am.
God. I mean, yeah, well, so, no surprise. Tide is supposed to be, like, involved in some things, but, like, fuck.
Wow, exciting stuff.
Wow!
What will happen
Well?
next time on Ebon Ward?
Yeah.
Ooh! We're free! We're free! We can leave Florida! Oh my god, we're free!
You guys are officially out of Florida!
Woo!
It's been
Guys, our
nice for
vacation
Florida, don't you
episode's
think?
over.
Beach episode over.
Oh, I'm pleased to say that Leviara wrapped after 50 sessions.
Hooray!
I mean, it sounds long, but it was basically 3 arcs.
It is, and that was the big thing. And I wanted to make sure that like the Wandering Woods and Blackthorn's Manor wasn't too long, and thankfully it timed out about what I had expected.
Which is never how it works.
No, not at all. So next is 100 sessions. It better fucking not be. Is this the end of the season? Well, I guess that's probably the like end of season 5. No, hold on. If each arc was a season, which is bad. Also, wait, really quick. This just caught my eye. These 2 little dots with the river. It looks like a little face going, ah!
Wormy!
Wormy! Anyways, because like Broken Wheel that leads into the first 2 episodes was like 4 sessions, maybe 2 of which we didn't see. Grabby's Reach was 3 or 4 sessions. Toter's Tower was 4 or 5 sessions. Then it was Cragmer's Fissure, which was 20. Ebon War. Oh, yeah, Underpath, right. We went over to Underpath, which was 7 or so, I think.
Something like that.
And then Ebon War into the Keep was another like 20 something. Because I'm just gonna wrap those 2 together because that's when you had to deal with Remington. Then you go to the Elysiote arc, which was like another 20. Sweetstone, which is 20. And now Leviara, which is 50. Oh, there were also 3 episodes in Arrow. But
Jasper Gaiden.
Help me budget
Jasper
my Ebon
Gaiden.
ward. My family is dying.
My family is dying. You better give us 1 NPC in this next adventure. That's all we need, just 1.
We show up in Meadowley Meadows. It's just a guy standing in the middle of the road. We get
Holding
there,
a flower.
He's just like, she went that way.
Hey, we have a Patreon. Just consider supporting us there if you haven't already. Just a
Yeah.
couple bucks a month gets you access to a bunch of artwork for these games and a bunch of generics. It's all good stuff. Also, we have a Discord. Just consider joining it if you haven't already. It's our community hub. It's where the weekly schedule gets posted. And it's where people submit fan art. Speaking of, do we have some?
I would
We
imagine so.
do, and we have a lovely Imgur, I'm just double checking, courtesy of Night Terrace. I will throw it in the chat log.
Thank you, Night Terrace.
Wacky.
It is Imgur.com is blocked. No.
What?
Uh-oh.
Why are you doing
Why?
that? I don't appreciate that. Okay, hold on. Give me a second to do some monkeying.
Damn, Crowds are giving you some back chat.
Yeah, no, don't appreciate that. Okay.
Here, we'll get some different music then.
It's been a genuine dick sucker.
That's
As
what it
much
feels
as-
like.
As much as people enjoy Tide showing up with their music, people have a visceral reaction to Loyal with his.
I feel the primal fear that makes me feel alive. It's the zest to continue on is what I feel.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, it's not cropped properly, but you're just gonna have to fucking deal with that. Alright.
That's okay.
Ebon Ward, episode 159. There's nothing inherently wrong with putting off your backstory reveal for 7 years.
Come on, dear. The people have been waiting 7 years for you to trauma
Now-
dump.
Now, in fairness, hang on, real quick, because I feel like this is an important data point. Let me make sure I get this accurate. The backstory was not firmed up to the level of detail as was presented there until January of 2020. So it was only 4 years and 2 months.
That makes it better. Surely.
Amazing. Oh.
Then from Fink.
I was mentioning the other day on my stream that Red Path is one of those long-tailed roosters. One of those fancy, stupid roosters that onagadori or something. Sporgly.
Chicken.
Chicken.
Oh.
And we also got a puppy.
I can feel this one.
That's a stuffed animal.
So soft.
Rubik's BRB, but I know he's gonna love it.
Yeah.
And then also from Fink is another
Chicken!
Amazing.
Wow.
It's
Very
a good
nice.
chicken.
Thank you so much for all that.
Again.
And then from Tams.
Can astral project now?
Explode head. Now.
Yawning with your mouth closed. It's the easy way to astral project, I promise.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Tams. And then from Pink.
People!
People get grape? Oh my god.
People get whole grape to self.
Wow.
Lucky.
Thank you so much. And then from Tams.
Aww.
Ah. Yes, it was a wizard.
Oh, very nice. Thank you, Tams.
Thank you.
And then from Honor Spell.
Finally, the badonkadonk concoction-donk.
Dia, you're making that up, right?
I love the mental image that this wizard has the potion that will be able to change his body however he pleases. And he's like, instead of making myself younger, I'm just going to confuse the people by having the juiciest ass.
Well, more on that later, I think.
There you go, Honor Spell.
Oh,
And then from Tams.
lovely.
Kyoto.
So cute.
Very nice.
Lovely.
And then from Zilly.
Aw.
Aww.
Going through it.
The worst thing that could happen. Thank you, Zilly. Then from Bunny Made of Bread. Rip Coriander the Wizard. We thank Lissa for granting him a peaceful end.
Episode -12, episode -11.
Very cute.
Thank you so much. And then from Tams, you still get
So-
the same gravestone as everyone else. This is only true if you're not a pharaoh.
This is true.
So
Yeah.
true.
So true.
So
if-
true.
Or if you get turned into a house.
Also true.
He got better.
That's also true. Thank you, Tim. Then from Psycho Gaze.
Take heed to never test your own products.
Dang, Teach!
Absolute shelf.
And then also from Psycho Gaze.
Oh, God, it deflated!
No.
So sad.
So very, very sad. Let's see. Then from Honor Spell. Idea.
Yeah.
A tale of adventure, transformation, and great hair.
Wow. Thank you, Honor Spell. And then from Tams.
Aw.
Welcome to our sick baking stream, Lamau.
I
Wow.
love how they're so cute.
Very nice. So
Oh.
then from Fink.
Oh,
Oh, the
matchy
couples.
matchy.
Kitty cat couples. Loverly.
Thank you so much. Then from Demifly. But like, surely.
Surely.
Thank you, Demifly. Then from Skip.
Your vision!
Oh
vision!
my God! You've absolutely captured the energy.
Now I'm thinking about that in the Scottish accent.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Thank you, Skip.
It's pretty incredible.
Then from Kuriyuki.
This is such a confusing thing for someone to walk up to. Be like, oh, it's like a fish truck opens bread.
Red Path, I insist we start serving fish tacos.
Okay.
Yes. And keep the bones. They're good.
No, you can't eat the bones. They get brittle.
Crunch.
Thank you, Kuriyuki.
Ah.
Then from Honor Spell, the best dynamic.
Two of them.
Two of them.
There's two of them.
Thank you so much. Then from Eternal Savvy.
Oh, Attermax!
I love it when Savvy goes all out like this.
It looks so good.
Very nice. Thank you so much. And then from Kuriyuki, Valoria gets a second food truck.
Food truck.
Going to
Jesus Christ!
Grilled
Jesus
cheese
Christ.
and more. I love ellipsis. It's delicious.
Thank you, Kuriyuki.
Thank you.
And then from Fink,
Oh.
absolutely demolished.
Little.
Little, very cute. Thank you so much. Then from Honor Spell,
Can I have a ghost yet?
No!
I'll try again later.
You know, if you kind of squint and take a half turn to the left, Doopsy can sound like Tathel.
he does, yeah.
I only have so many voices.
It's okay. It's not Doopsy's fault. It's just Tathelvir's voice getting more and more deranged every time he appears.
Thank you, Honor Spell. Then from Galactic Axonal,
South
South Mention.
Let's go.
The squad.
Thank you so much. Then from Skift,
Oh, Queen. Wait, they're non-binary. Monarch.
I like
Honestly.
these little profile
Yeah,
entries.
yeah.
Little guy,
Profile
little
pic.
tree.
Giant eyes and the tiara.
That's extremely funny. Aw.
Then from Hector,
Dream come true!
wow.
Is not powered by a horse, moves like a crab.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Very nice.
Thank you.
No!
The rat tread boots.
You stop thinking about the rat tread boots.
Where were the rat tread boots?
So,
Rat tread boots were on screen the whole time, but
so you remember when you guys used the magnet in the
Oh, I
bank?
see.
The left door, if you open that, has a +3 frost armor that like causes difficult terrain around them. It's very good. And then the right door has an immovable rod, the rat tread boots, 50,000 gold, and then there was something else in there. There was a lot of good shit in both of them. And it was like, if you're able to crack these open, you deserve way more crazy shit.
Thank you, Kuriyuki. Now you know. Then from Sprite.
I don't like that.
Don't worry
Put
about
it away.
I'm in this picture and I don't like it.
Thank you, Sprite. Then from Goblin Pink.
Here I go. I think a few more were added. Let me scroll.
I'll pop a quick refresh. See if anything else made it into the album. If not, then I'll have to do it my dang self. Alright, let's see. Then from Zilly.
Polly wants a cracker. That is honestly the voice these things have. Is wow, just very high pitched.
Thank you so much. And then from Fink, it's Doopsy.
I love the energy of nobody move. I dropped my ghost.
That's not my contact!
There's one more, which is also a Doopsy.
Ah, yes.
Also
the last
from
one.
Fink. Wait, is it Doopsy or Doopsy?
So, very technically, on screen, DEWPSY was what was shown, but that's because he was evil. He was mind controlling at that moment, which meant he was the wrong Doopsy.
Fascinating.
So it's DOOPSY.
Glad we got that settled. Thank you for that, Will, and thank you for running this. This was a pleasure as always.
Yeah, thank y'all for playing. We did it!
We did it! We're out of Leviara. We can do something else!
And I believe we're, if I'm wrong here, I believe we're not taking a break. We're just going for it for the next
No,
one.
we can keep going.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. We might at some point take a little break just so, like, if people need to, like...
Take a break
other
if
shit
breaks
done.
are good.
Because
Yeah.
breaks are good. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But until then, no, we're gonna play next week, and it's gonna be the next arc. I don't imagine it'll be nearly as long because Leviara had
So much
Doesn't-
shit in it.
many, many pages of notes, and I'm looking at my next adventure notes, and I'm like, I should probably write more.
I should like bulk this out a little bit.
I should probably write down some more details.
Well,
But-
I'm
We are
sure.
allowed to. We're allowed to go in the other direction sometimes.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I feel my brain is like, I put enough into Leviara. We can coast a little bit.
Chat, thank you all for being here. Thanks for supporting the show however you do it, be it by giving us money, giving us fan art, or just being here at all. Your support, however you show it, means the absolute world to us. Thank you for being here this time, and thank you for being here next time. Say goodbye to chat, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Toodles.